this was a tough fifth grade. They didn't go to kindergarten during COVID. And my class, out of 6 classes, everybody says mine is the worst. So yeah, it's been a journey.
7 seconds.
11 seconds.
Who's counting?
Oh no, we gotta get you. You want to shift? Sure. Oh, sorry.
You ready?
Almost. All right. It's ready as ever.
So no, that was supposed to be played the Sunday Dolores was here because that's Dolores Voorhees' favorite old hymn. So I told her, make sure you either watch this morning when we're on live or that you go back and watch. So Dolores, that was for you. Welcome to Unity of Nashville. It feels like we have gone through a whole 2 years of stuff in the last week and a half. I don't know about you all, but it does to us. And know that there were over 50 people in this room yesterday. Women of Unity, men of Unity met together, had wonderful conversations about healing and wholeness. And what I shared with actually Liz and Vic yesterday is we are beginning to peel an onion, but what we did yesterday was loosen up all the pieces. And so just know that there's going to be stuff bubbling up, and that's a good thing. Of old wounds that maybe some of us still have down in there with mother and father issues and all those kind of things. Right, there's none of those still, right? None at all, anywhere here. So that's kind of what we worked on yesterday, and it was amazing. So to continue today, I hope you love who we have coming here today to do music. We have Dawn Freeman. And she was also slotted to do music when Dolores was here, so this is another treat for you all. And to begin this service, here comes Maxine. Aren't you beautiful, my dear? She said, "Why did you announce me coming in?" Tanya is going to come up and do an opening prayer treatment for us to get started.
So let's come into our beingness. If you feel comfortable closing your eyes, softening your gaze, bringing yourself into the here and now, right now. There is only now. And what I know is there is only one presence, one power, one infinite intelligence. And each and every one of us is the very expression of that same source. And what I know in this moment, this here and now, is that we are all here for the same reason: to love and be loved. And sharing the oneness of love fills me with everything I need. And what a joy to see so many good-looking people here, ready to love one another and especially love me. Can I get an amen? And so it is.
Good morning. Be the truth, but speak, ask, and know. Think as your dreams and watch your life grow. It is your show. Be creative and take control, because you have the freedom of your soul. Freedom is the freedom of the soul. Freedom, don't be afraid, step up, be bold. Freedom of the soul. Our freedom is in our control. From new thoughts, I begin with a vision. Soul transformation and progress, it's our decision. It's done for you as you believe it. Claim it, want it, and you will achieve freedom. It's the freedom of the soul. Freedom, don't be afraid, step up, be bold. Freedom of the soul. Our freedom is in our control. And Dr. King had a vision, the Fillmore's had a vision, we all have a vision. It's the freedom of the soul. I was shown me the path of life. I give thanks and consider it done. It's the freedom of the soul. I said, now be the truth, but speak, ask, and know. Think as your dreams and watch your life grow. It's done for you as you believe it, claim it, want it, and you will achieve freedom, freedom of the soul. Freedom, don't be afraid to step up and be bold. Freedom, 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 freedom of the soul. you. Thank you.
Indeed, indeed, freedom of the soul. So, hello, I'm Tanya Miller-Heyer, your ministerial intern, and I am going to thank first Randy Cook and Reverend Denise and the Women of Unity and the Men's Support Group for an outstanding, amazingly out of this world session, so thank you. And now we're going to invite up the wonderful, the glorious, the amazing Alyssa and our youth and family ministry.
Thank you, Tanya. Good morning, Unity. We are your youth ministry, and we're making it to the stage. Welcome, welcome. We had a drive initiative in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King that started in January, and it was an incredible time that extended well into Black History Month and through Valentine's Day, and we're about to show you what we did. We asked you to help us bake goodies to deliver to our firefighters and police, and we packaged them up, and we headed out. You can start it now if you'd like, to deliver these fresh-baked goods. We got to see ambulances and practice with the firefighters, lifting heavy equipment and blowing the oxygen tanks that they call the breath of life, right? We got to see a training that was happening for about 8 different stations on a building that was going to be demolished the next day. They were sending mannequins down from tall story windows and sawing the roof so that they could ventilate an imaginary fire. It was really special for all of us. The firefighters embraced us. They let us come in and see their kitchens, their bunkhouses. We worked out with them, didn't we, crew? We were thrilled to bring this love to our servicemen, and they were delighted to have fresh baked goods. That was a big topic of conversation because they cook their own food in the fire station. We talked about the Civil Rights Museum, Ground Zero, what it feels like as a public servant to be in those places today. And Liam, what did you get to do? You started a what?
A fire engine.
He started the fire engine all by himself. So did you. Next, we made it to the Domestic Abuse Division and the Hit and Run Division of the City Metro Police, and everyone was out patrolling. But the woman who collects families when they come in was there. As they're trying to escape domestic violence, she's the security guard watching out front, and she couldn't believe the 2 plates of homemade goodies that we delivered to her. An officer brought us inside and took some pictures with us. You just saw her up there. And wow, what a 6-hour adventure we had on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Next, we asked the congregation to bring in cards and bring in goodies that we could share for Valentine's Day with our seniors and people living in memory care facilities, assisted living. And we weren't able to make it to the church. The ice had gotten us and the electricity had gone out, so we came to Wanda Lynch's classroom, organized our cards, packaged them up here. We had a congregation member who said, I'm rushing to get up the icy hill to get you some of these squish-mellow toys and to get you some jewelry. And as we boxed and delivered these, we had our own experience of bringing light to things that may have been sad or dark or a painful memory in the past. We had an ambassador who was passing things out, Mr. Boone, as you see here. We had grandpas and people with physical disabilities that come along with memory issues that loved these Squishmallows more than we did. We were delighted in the very end when we realized there is no such thing as coincidence. That same woman, Karen, had brought jewelry that we could put in these bags. And we're going through the bags and sorting all the candies and randomly placing things in. We handed a bag to one of the women at the 3rd Senior Living Center, and it was jewelry that perfectly matched what she was wearing. The way she lit up, the way we all got to understand that it's all good and it's all God. And then we went home and celebrated. That was the picture of us enjoying Valentine's Day and spreading some love. So thank you so much. Gotta head down. Let's go make our drawings.
It's such a joy to see so much activity. So our new members class after service is March 1st, and it is in the house classroom. We are also having a workshop on Saturday, March 7th, and it is about restoring natural movement. And if you've seen these around, this is our congregational member, David Whitley, and he's teaching us from a sitting position, from a standing position, whatever that looks like for you, and it's catered toward 50 plus, so I'm in that group too. And so this is about learning to move better, to feel better, to do patterned breathing and head movements and rocking and rolling, things that build strength, balance, coordination, and confidence. Who doesn't want all of that? Please and thank you. So the other thing that's going on right now is Saturday, April 25th, we are still signing up for the Nashville Chooses Peace. Now this is a huge event, and you have a QR code in your bulletin, and you can sign up still for any kind of committee. And this is a full group. Like they said, it's an all skate. If you don't skate, that's okay. But we do need all kinds of healing arts, outdoor local vendors, face painting. We're gonna have a bouncy house. Who wants to be the volunteer that makes sure nobody gets hurt in the bouncy house? Hey, the natural movement course may just be your thing before you get in that bouncy house, okay? So all are welcome. Find that QR code in your bulletin and sign up. We are all hands on deck for that. And so for our meet and greet today, I'm getting just a little help from my technology because I wanted to say this in just the right way. I usually give a little inspirational thing to bring us together. So our topic is the metaphysical leap. And I want you to just imagine this, okay? Think about where you're at right now. Imagine this room, the soft colors, the cushions you're sitting in, these beautiful wooden arches. All of this is very physical. You can hear my voice, right? There's I'm not asking you to do anything more. The smell of coffee, perhaps. All of that is right here, right now, very physical for us. And that is your experience, right? And that is your relationship that your mind has with your perception of the material world. Am I going too far, too fast? Well, get ready. So now let's imagine a big white elephant right here on stage, and it's flapping its ear at you, and it's looking at you like, why are you bringing me into existence? Aha. Well, that elephant is your meta power. That elephant has a personality that you give it, and that is also your metaphysical power. See, that's the leap. So what we imagine may not have mass, but it has meaning. And meaning shapes our experience, and experience shapes our reality. So this is a very powerful talk right now, what you're going to hear from Reverend Denise today. And so it's really important as unity that we combine all our metaphysical powers. Yes? So I want you to look at your neighbor today and say, meta powers, unite! All right, we got it. Let's go.
If we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride. If you have things you need to borrow for, no one can feel those of your needs that you won't let show. You just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. When you're not strong, I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. If there's a load you have to bear that you can't carry, I'm right up the road. I'll share your load if you just call me when you need a friend. Oh yeah, call me when you need a friend. Oh yeah, call me, call me, call me.
Good morning. My name is Susan Shea, and I'm honored to be one of your chaplains. And I'm going to read a very old, well-loved poem, Unity poem by James Dillard Freeman. I am there. Do you need me? I am there. You cannot see me, yet I am the light you live by. You cannot hear me, yet I speak through your voice. You cannot feel me, yet I am the power at work in your hands. I am at work, though you do not understand my ways. I am at work, though you do not understand my works. I'm not strange visions. I'm not mysterious. Only in absolute stillness, beyond self, can you know me as I am. But then, just as a feeling or a faith. Yet I am there, yet I hear. Yet I answer. If you need me, I am there. Even in your pain, I am there. I am in you, and you are in me. Only in your mind can you feel separate from me. For only in your mind are the mists of yours and mine. Yet only in your mind can you experience me. Empty your heart of empty fears. When you get out of the way, I am there. You can of yourself do nothing, but I can do all, and I am in all. Though you may not see the good is there, for I am there. I am there because I have to be, because I am. Only in me does the world have meaning. Only out of me does the world take form. Only because of me does the world go forward. I am the law on which the movement of the stars and the growth of living cells are formed. I am the love that is the law's fulfilling. I am assurance, I am peace. I am oneness. I am the law that you can live by. I am the love that you can cling to. I am your assurance. I am your peace. I am the one with you. I am. Though you fail to find me, I do not fail you. Though your faith in me is unsure, my faith in you never wavers, because I know you, because I love you. Beloved, I am there.
So as we prepare for meditation, join me in singing Be Still and Know.
Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Always there for you. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Peace I leave with you.
And so just breathe. And just breathe that essence of the I am into your beingness. And first, just do a check of your body. From your toes all the way up to your head. Just pay attention to the flow of energy that is coming up from Mother Earth. And then do another check from the top of your head all the way down to the tips of your toes. And pay attention to the energy that's coming in from the cosmos. Both and. Both and. And it's all God. It's all good. And God is always there. Just as the beautiful poem that Susan read, I am there always. And so what is that I amness to you? What is that I amness to me? And so in this now moment, let's just be still and know in the silence, in the silence. am one with my I am presence. And I am one with the I am presence of all sentient beings. And as I understand and know this fully, I also know that highest and best is possible. Let peace be in this now moment. I allow peace to be. And so it is. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Always there for you. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Peace I leave with you. So today we're talking about the metaphysical leap. And you may go, what is that exactly? You may have heard it called the quantum leap at times. And it's really all the same thing. So we are studying a book on Wednesday nights, those of us that are brave enough to come together and actually study this, because it's a deep dive. I've even had board members come to me and go, whoa, this book. I was like, yeah. It's not necessarily the easiest read in the world. And it helps you begin to understand what you believe. That's what it's all about. And us as a community deciding what we believe, and as individuals what we believe about God, what we believe about ourselves, and what we think Jesus came to do. We'll get to that starting next week. That'll be a fine howdy-do for some of you, but there you go. So, I want to read something to you that actually the class will be reading on Wednesday night, and I want you to hear what this is. The metaphysical leap is what happens to us when our priorities shift and the invisibles, that elephant she was talking about, the invisibles become as real or more real to us as the visibles. Can you hear that? After experiencing the metaphysical leap, we become simultaneously aware that we have a physical presence, or a small self, and an essential spiritual and invisible presence that is the big self. Once that leap has taken place, life is never the same again. Breathe for a minute. We who have made the metaphysical leap, and I know there's some of you in here who have done that, may constantly confuse our families and our friends. You're like, oh, that doesn't sound fun. Let's back up, right? Unless they have also experienced it themselves they will think that we are strange. Right? I saw a laugh or two. Yes. And so what is that thing that we're talking about? That I said you may have seen it and heard it called the quantum leap. It's an exponential shift in your growth journey. But the other thing I want to share with you today, without getting extremely woo-woo, that can be a different day in my office for you. How's that? Our whole planet is going through this right now. Those of you that follow any astrologers, those of you that follow any people that are mediums, people that have the ascended masters talk to them, and I know some of you are going, please no, but I didn't say we were going to do that today, so just breathe. We are all being told that this is happening planet-wide because it's happening in our entire galaxy that we're living in. So we're going to do this thing kicking and screaming whether we want to or not. Does that make sense? We are making a metaphysical leap. We are making changes in our physical bodies, in our minds, in our thoughts, in our lives, in the way we show up with each other. And so I'm, as your spiritual leader, attempting to get us ready for that. Can you breathe into that for a minute with me? Those of you that are, and I know we have 2 or 3 out there that are licensed Unity teachers or ordained ministers in Unity or CSL practitioners or ordained CSL ministers have had to take huge amounts of classes in metaphysics. How to interpret the Bible, how to interpret scriptures beyond the physical. If you ever ask me what I think the Bible is, it's not a history book. It's a story of the evolution of consciousness on our planet. So a metaphysical leap for us is a sudden transformation in consciousness that may lead to a new way of being. And I put the word may in there because some of us have that leap at times and then we go, You want to know why? Because once I make that leap, I have to change everything. I'm going to say that again and everybody breathe. Once I make that leap, I have to change everything. That can sound fun in the beginning until you start having these conversations with your mama or your children or your partners or the person sitting next to you on the pew or the people in Walmart. That might be the last people you want to have the conversation with, but anyway, yes. Metaphysics, Charles Fillmore says, is the study of the science of being. There's really nothing woo-woo about it, just who we are in the moment. He also says a metaphysician, which is what they deem you when you become a Unity minister, is one who has become skilled in the science of being a teacher of the Spirit. What that meant in school is that we had Bibles on our desk. Oh, Lord, mercy. And they would ask you to close it up and let it fall open. And they would say, close your eyes and put your finger on something. Now read that and metaphysically interpret it. You know, we were sitting there going, oh, dear God, please be something easy, something I've heard before, something I think I can do this with. Because that's the deal. But do you know that you can metaphysically interpret what Susan read this morning? You can metaphysically interpret a movie that you watch. You can metaphysically interpret a book that you're reading that has nothing to do with religion. Metaphysical is a leap that you make in consciousness, knowing if you were in contemplative service this morning, both and. This is talking about the physical world, and it's talking about something way beyond what we see with our eyes. And so the first thing we have to remember is this right here. Read that out loud with me. You possess the same power that created you. Are you aware of that? On a real good day, we are. When do we forget? Because we do. We forget at times that that power that I am is right there, always. Always. So the leap is this. I'm going to count to 3 and we're going to read this together. I've done this many, many times in our services, but this is Charles Fillmore's metaphysical leap. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. I fairly sizzle with zeal and enthusiasm and spring forth with a mighty faith to do the things that ought to be done by who? Huh. Isn't it interesting in our world that we separate and go, well, that should be done by her. That should be done by him. And all of that's okay, but what should be done by me? And how do you make that decision? Or on another woo-woo plane, do you make it here or do you make it before you ever get in here? And that's a whole nother issue to talk about. And I just felt somebody go, argh. So you're going to have a conversation with somebody. When am I ready to leap? Go. So I want you to look at this slide, this next slide. Because if I had to answer that question, when am I ready to leap, it's when I can imagine myself doing it. And until I can imagine myself doing it, I'm not going to. And imagination is one of our 12 powers. Actually, it was Don Winkler, who was one of our prayer chaplains. It was his favorite. And he talked about it in every chaplain meeting. He said, we have to be able to imagine to create our world. Yes. That's why some of us get stuck, because we can't imagine anything beyond what we see. We're the ones that sat there and thought, Tanya is crazy. What is she talking about, a white elephant on the stage? Right? But if I tell you, don't think about a pink elephant with green spots, you know what? You'll think about that all day. And you'll go, why did she say that? Just so I'll deal with that all day, right? Read that first sentence to me that's in red. Imagination is what? It's the energy of creation. And you imagine what you what? Except when you don't. Sometimes you imagine what you don't desire. Because it's running around, those of you that were in Wednesday night class, in that groove in your brain, and you talk about it all the time, and you go to a therapist and you talk about it, and you talk about it to everybody, and I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this. Guess what? You keep getting it. Because it's what you talk about, think about all day, every day. You will, your willingness, what you imagine. I'll do it. If I imagine it, if I can imagine it, and at last you create what you will. It's kind of esoteric there, but hang in there with me. That crazy man, Albert Einstein, said that imagination is more important than what? How dare him say such a thing? He's not looked at my wall. He doesn't know all the degrees I've got, all the books I've read, all the things I think I know that, excuse my French, don't give a doodly damn when I'm trying to imagine something. It doesn't at all. Nothing. Knowledge is limited. Doesn't matter how many degrees you've got on the wall or how many books you've read or who you've studied with. Doesn't matter. What you can imagine is what you're going to create in your world. Imagination encircles the entire world. This is where it all started. Some of you have read the Eric Butterworth book. It used to be one of the books that you had to read to become a licensed teacher or a Unity minister. It was called The Creative Process. And Eric Butterworth broke down the whole chapters of creation and explained how that is step by step by step by step in the way we create our own world. But I want you to hear this for a minute. Some of you have heard these words. I promise you, if I read it out of the King James, you will not disintegrate and blow away, okay? In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, and it was without form. Can you hear that? The Bible said that. It must be true, right? In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. It was without form. Where did he create it? Where did she create it? In the imagination. And darkness was there. We create in the darkness and the chaos. You understand that? You got a lot of exciting things out there, dark and chaotic, that you can create in after today, I promise you. And God spoke. Book. You want to know why we sing so much in this congregation and people have shifted in that energy? Speaking is important, and vibrational energy of music is even at a higher level. At a higher level, right, Ricky? Yes. What I sing is going to create faster than probably what I speak. Can you hear that? And so people go, what if I'm not a singer? Start humming. Something. Do something. Shift your energy. And I see some of you glaring and looking. Oh. I know some people don't want to. Try it. It shifts your energy. Sound healing is coming soon to a hospital near you. I promise. It's coming soon. So get ready. But God spoke, and the words in the Bible are, let there be light. Allow it to be. It's always there. But in our imagination, sometimes it feels dark because I can't see it, I can't see it, I can't see it. Let there be light. Let me see what it is that I'm imagining, so that imagination is actually putting clothes on, substance on an idea. I start making it real here. And I start speaking about it, and all of a sudden, guess what? That vibrational energy that I'm sending out into the universe starts coming to me. I don't have to do anything. I'm going to say that again because there are those of us out there that think we have to work hard, 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 hard to make it happen. It's not been my experience. If I imagine it, and if I speak the words and sing the words even more, and align with that energy, it comes to me. Breathe. Because I know somebody out there sitting there going, okay, what am I doing wrong? You're not doing anything wrong. Align with it. Align with what it is that you are imagining. So, concepts. We think we have to focus on those. All the laws, all the whatever we have to focus on. And that would be okay, but what we're really focusing on are these. When I say the word God, you have your own perception of that, right? Because it's in here. So that's really what you're focusing on, not necessarily the concept of God. You can talk about the concept, but you really cannot share your perception in words. Those of you that were there yesterday, we had some words that happened around the circle of 50 plus people, but we could not share that person's experience. It was their experience. We could sit and be witness. Does that make sense? But then what we do is we have this concept of God, and we have our perceptions of God, and we project it out into the world. Anybody been to a movie lately? Did you ever see anything you didn't like, and did you run up to the screen and try to change it? Doesn't do any good. You have to be in the projection booth, or you have to have been on the crew that made it, that imagined it to begin with. That is who you are in your own life. You are the projection crew. You are the people making the movies. You are projecting what you want in your life out into the ethers. Which one is the biggest challenge for you? Understanding concepts, understanding your own perception of those concepts, and it might not be what everybody else's is, and that's okay. Or is it what you're projecting out there? Finish your conversation that you started a minute ago. And so you're probably beginning to realize that even these conversations are a little difficult. Are you talking about concepts? Are you talking about your perception of those concepts? Or are you talking about what you're projecting right now? And we get confused in all of that, but when we have a metaphysical leap, and I promise that will just happen, and one day you'll wake up and go, huh, looky there. It's right there, right in front of me. Book, there it is. Whoop, there it is. But every time you level up, your old life will what? Uh-oh. It will. Because I don't know how to do this right here. I know how to do this right here. And even if I don't like this, it's much more comfortable than this right here. Because at least right here I have something to hold on to that I know. I don't know this at all. Anybody still breathing in here? So the person who came to the planet, the enlightened being that came to the planet that supposedly brought light in, we've made it all about him. Instead of understanding that he came to the planet to remind us that we're the light, that we're the love. Everyone holds the Christ consciousness. You just need to realize it. Everyone, not just one person. The spark of creation is right inside of you. Right inside of you. And so, what the world needs now is you and me and Dawn and the band.
What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little love. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. Lord, we don't need another mountain. There are mountains and hillsides enough to climb. There are oceans and rivers enough to cross, enough to last till the end of time. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little love. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. Lord, we don't need another meadow. There are cornfields and wheat fields enough to grow. There are sunbeams and moonbeams enough to shine. Oh, listen, Lord, if you wanna know. for some, but for we just need to love on one another. We do. Thank you.
Thank you, Dawn. That was absolutely beautiful. Bless you for being here today. So now we're ready for our gratitude practice to give back to this place that has blessed us all in so many ways. Remember, if you have given online, we are grateful for that. Put your energy in the basket as it comes by. But hold your offering in your hands with me, those of you that have those, and say our offering blessing. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. And as the ushers come to take up our offering, we will sing our gratitude song. Open our hands and our hearts and our minds, and we bless these tithes and offerings. We know that they have been given in that energy of love, and they flow through this ministry with the energy of love and back out into the universe. Imagine that. Back out into the universe to bless all of those that receive that energy of love. We know that as we give, so shall we receive, and those blessings will be heaped up, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, for that's the law, and so it is. Amen. And so as the prayer chaplains come up to help us sing out, everybody stand, and we're going to sing the peace song and pray out.